I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members for your continued support. Thank you, and consider joining today for added perks and exclusive content. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Beast Wars WASPINATOR, and I love this toy. Originally released in 1995, this was a deluxe class figure, and he retailed for approximately $10. And WASPINATOR is everybody's favorite bug that they love to beat up on. I just love the character of WASPINATOR on the show, and this is a really, really cool figure. We got WASPINATOR here in his beast mode or his bug mode. He goes approximately 6 inches long from the tip of the stinger to the front of the head right there, about 2 inches tall at the top of the head. Of course, you can move the legs around and the wings around and just kind of, give them different poses and like a wingspan or make him taller that way, that kind of stuff. So yeah, very cool. Absolutely love the way of that this bug looks. I think that this guy did some stuff that they haven't done with any WASPINATOR figure since, and especially back here when we get to the legs. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But WASPINATOR here is decoed in green and yellow with the black stripes right there, and then he's got those light purples for the eyes, black details on the top and on the legs right there, little yellow details on the back of the legs right there, and you got those kind of like those milky clear or silky clear wings right here on the top. Very, very cool, just kind of going all the way around. I really love the way they did the back legs for the Wasp. It really does look like, how, and I don't know all the different wasps, but there is a kind of a wasp that has these big legs hanging out of the back right there when they fly around, and this is exactly what that reminds me of when I see this. And they haven't done this with a WASPINATOR figure since. I absolutely love that about this guy. Going around the bottom here, you can see a little bit of robot parts. These were new figures in 1995. These were all new designs. They were trying out some new stuff. So, some things worked better than others, but it's led us to where we are today with Transformers. So you can see the robot fists right there. You can barely see the robot head peeking out from under the wasp head right there. I think if I would have turned it around before I transformed it, maybe we wouldn't be seeing that as much. But other than that, yeah, I think he looks really, really neat. Now, in terms of posability, there's not really a whole lot you can do here. These early Beast Wars figures, they just kind of stood there and looked like an animal, right? As you saw, you can move this leg around a little bit. You can move it at this joint over here as well. These are ball joints, so you can kind of move them around a little bit, but you're not really going to get a whole lot out of that. Same thing with the wings. The wings are on ball joints, as you saw. You can move them around some, but again, you're not going to get a whole lot out of that. Now, this is an original 1995 figure, so some joints have become a little loose over time, and you see me kind of adjusting him a little bit there. But there we go. That's WASPINATOR in his beast mode. For a couple of comparisons, here he is with the classics or the universe or the Thrilling 30. I forget. I didn't keep track, but let's call it the universe or the Thrilling 30. WASPINATOR right there, fantastic figure. You can see what these guys look like together. Now, this guy always looked like a little more of a bee, like a bee or something between a bee and a fly. Just because he's not very long, he's a little thicker in beast mode. But fantastic robot mode for this guy, and a cool little update. And he had the little flapping wing gimmick right there. So, pretty cool to see these two side by side. And then, of course, for a more modern comparison, here he is with the current Kingdom WASPINATOR. Again, also a fantastic figure right there. So there you go. So you can see what these guys look like together. Transformation for WASPINATOR into robot mode is relatively simple. So we're going to go ahead and start back here. You don't have to do this right now, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it. Grab the stinger right here and just pull this straight back, and this is going to become his gun or his weapon in robot mode. So again, you don't have to do this right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it for the sake of the video. Let's go down here to the bottom. We're going to take the bottom half of the little, I don't know what these are called, the little butt piece right here. And we're going to unpeg these. That is pegged in. You can see a little peg and a hole right there. So just go ahead and pull this down on both sides. And then we're going to take this little yellow piece right there, and this is going to come up and over. And you just rotate the legs as you go, and that's going to tab in right there. Grab these very long wasp legs right here, and what we're going to do here is straighten them out first and go ahead and rotate them into themselves. You want to line this up. You want to rotate them around. Try and show what I'm talking about here. There is just vaguely, barely, but there is a little hole right in there, a little port right inside of that green piece. So you want to rotate these and line them up so that that little hole is going to go into this peg right here. That's how you know you got the legs lined up. So we're going to go ahead and rotate that up there. Same thing with this guy. And these are ball joints, so these can pop off. That's why I'm trying to hold them the way I'm holding them. Rotate that, and that's pretty much his robot legs done. Moving up here to the top, we're going to take, we saw the robot arms before, so we're just going to go ahead and take these and bring them out. These are going to rotate around on these yellow pieces here. And you can take the arms and just kind of bring them down. The insect legs are on this little rotating piece right here. So you can kind of just move these back and forth to get them out of the way and into whatever pose you want to get them. Now, we're going to take the wasp head right here. We're going to split it in half. And it's going to be on a slider. There we go. So it's going to be on the... So, oh, okay. I see what I did there. All right, so first, you're going to take the wasp head and bring it down. It is on a soft clip right there that clips into the shoulders right there. Once you've done that, then you can go ahead and slide them outwards and away from each other. Now, if you look at the two halves, there's a peg on this side and there's a port on this side that you used to clip them together. You're going to use those again down here on the body. So that little peg is going to go into that hole and that little port is going to go onto that little peg right there. They don't do the best job of holding in place, at least with my figure. It might just be age. But there you go. That's going to clip in right there. You get them nice and straightened out. And there is Waspinator in his robot mode. And here in robot mode, Waspinator stands approximately 5 inches tall. So again, you can just move the wings around. You can move the legs around and just kind of do, you know, just kind of move them around to get them posed into something that you like, right? Now, Waspinator here does do this. It's really this piece is really interesting. So Waspinator does do that mutant mask gimmick that a lot of these early Beast Wars figures did. However, this is his mutant mask right here, and for whatever reason, that was the head or the face that was chosen to represent him on the show. So what is the beast mask or the mutant mask for his toy? That was what you saw on the show as his face. He does have a robot face. I'll go ahead and show you what that is. We'll go ahead and unplug the wasp head right here. Take this green piece and bring it all the way down. Go up back here to the back, take this black piece and open this all the way down. And then this is going to rotate around. Rotate the heads around. And then you can bring this green piece back again and the black piece up again and just peg everything together and you got yourself your robot head. So that was Waspinator's intended robot head. Check that out. It's actually kind of cool. It's very, for whatever reason, this is kind of very pilot-ish looking to me. I don't know why that is. It just looks like a pilot, which makes sense to me with a flying figure. Very cool. So, but yeah, there you go. There's his, what would have been his robot head. That never was. His mutant mask is what became his actual head, which is really interesting. I'd love to hear the story behind that, as to what choice that was made there to keep that look or that head rather, for his look on the show, which is really cool. All right, articulation wise, as you saw, both heads are on ball joints, so you can kind of wiggle them around a little bit for inquisitive tilting. They can look side to side, a little bit of up and down. Shoulders are on ball joints, in and out, forward, backwards, all the way around. The elbows are on hinges, so you can turn the elbows up and down, and you can rotate at the bicep. Didn't expect there to be anything at the waist, but I figured I'd check anyway. The thighs are on ball joints, again, forward, backward, as much as the insect butt's going to let you, in and out, and a bit of rotation. Again, as far as the ball joint will let you. Same thing with the knee is on a ball joint, so you can move this up and down, and you can rotate it as well. Not bad for articulation. Now, let's take a look at his weapon, because I absolutely love this. So if you look in the bottom of the wings, each wing has a little missile clipped to it. So let's go ahead and reach in there and pull that out. Let's get his wings back down again. Oh, these ball joints do get loose in time, don't they? All right, so there's the little missile right there for Waspinator. So you can actually take the little missile and load it up into his little stinger gun, if I can orient it properly. I'm trying to figure out which way that is. There it is. I think I had it right the first time. Oh, maybe not. There we go. So there you go. You just load that up like that. Hit the little button. And as you can see, after all these years, still a pretty powerful little spring-loaded weapon. Very, very cool. So you can go ahead and we'll put that in one more time. And you can give Waspinator his gun, and now he's ready to attack some Maximals. Very, very cool. This is such an interesting figure. A lot of these early Beast War figures I find to be extremely interesting. Very cool. Going all the way around, so you can see Waspinator. Not a lot of kibble, not a lot of hollow spots. Very solid looking figure. Of course, whatever kibble we're looking at is just the animal parts that we saw that were actually there in the show as well. So, you know, not the most accurate representation. Again, these were very early figures and they were trying new things. So not the most accurate representation of what we saw on the show, but still a very good one, I think. So yeah, very cool looking figure. Again, for comparison, here he is next to the Universe or Thrilling 30 Waspinator. So you can see what these guys look like together. And again, this is a fantastic figure that has aged very well. This guy looks fantastic, and I absolutely love the light piping on him. That looks fantastic. But yeah, there you go. So you can see, and again, this guy was meant to look more like the what the comic books looked at the time that this guy came out. So a good blend of what we saw in the show, but also what we saw in the comic book. So there's the two of them together. And again, one more time for a more current comparison. Here he is with the current Kingdom Waspinator, which is meant to look a little closer to what we saw on the show. Again, there are some differences. He is meant to look more, I think, like like what we'd see in on a Netflix show rather than on the original show. But he does do a lot of callbacks to the original. Of course, I've enhanced this guy's weapon with Larkin's upgrade kit to give him a little more of a current, or not current, but accurate weapon to what we would have seen in TV. But there you go. So you can see the two of them together. And you'll notice how figures keep getting smaller. But yet they've doubled. Like, this was a $10 figure, and he towers over these $20 figures. Yeah, it's just, I know times change. I know prices go up, but I'm an old man, and I'm going to complain about it and get off my lawn. Okay, so I think that's about, this is a fantastic figure. I absolutely love having these original classic Beast Wars figures in my collection, and I'm having so much fun just digging through them and playing with them again and doing these reviews for you guys, because I really enjoyed these figures so much. And yeah, I think that about does it for the original Transformers Beast Wars Waspinator. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe, hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I've got a donate button up there if you want to hit on that. I certainly would appreciate it. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.